Um, yes, I want to respond to the irrefutable evidence that size does matter. Um, Basically, first of all, I wanted to say that Felipe Ruston and the people that write the bell curve, people are calling these guys racist and white supremacist, especially white supremacist, and they need to be very careful. First of all, let's take the issue of white supremacists. White supremacists believe that whites in general are superior to other races based upon intellectual achievement and intellectual capacity. Clearly, Felipe Ruston is arguing that Asians have a higher intellectual capacity, lower crime rate. Um, I forgot what else. More discipline, maybe, based upon evolutionary motives. Okay, so he's not a. You can't say that he is a pro-white racist or a white supremacist. You can say that he has racist views, and you can say that he is, I guess you could say that Felipe Ruston is a racist, but you have to think, why are you saying that? Because first of all, these people are going to tell you, IQ is just one area where Asians vastly are superior. That does not mean I believe that Asians are better people. They just are better in these certain areas in terms of sexual promiscuity and crime and IQ. And blacks happen to be the worst in those three areas. So why does that make me a racist? I just feel that these people are better in these areas. I don't feel that IQ is the ultimate measure of a person. I don't feel that IQ means that you should treat a person harshly. If somebody has a lower IQ, that like I said, it doesn't mean that you should treat that person harshly or nasty. I just feel that blacks are less intelligent relative to the type of thinking in the IQ test, and you're calling me somebody that and I feel that's unfair for you to call me somebody that hates another race. If you think about what he's saying, it is true. I mean, his conclusions about his conclusions about racial differences in IQ being hereditary is not true. But I do agree that somebody that's a race realist can view the IQ as one type of thinking, or just an area where one race is better than another race, because it does measure cognitive ability, it measures visual spatial ability, it measures certain mental attributes. It doesn't measure all mental attributes, first of all. Okay, the IQ test does not. I mean, some white supremacists who believe that IQ is objective really want to use that as the evidence of white supremacy. Want to believe that, but it's not. It's not. It's an area. It's one measurement, or a measurement of certain areas of thinking, which I believe are biased toward mathematicians, scientists, biologists, those people who would excel in those areas. Okay, maybe statistics. You may want to add that, but that type of thinking, music in some, I think music maybe certain types of music may be suitable for the IQ. I'm not sure, but those type of subjects, that's what the IQ is biased towards. If somebody's a strong mathematician, someone's strong in science, that's where the IQ is directed at. Okay. So if these race realists believe that one race is superior to another in that type of thinking, that does not make them automatically a racist in science. Because if that makes them an automatic racist in science, then I can make the argument that some anti-racists who believe in the race realism of athleticism, where they say blacks have physical superiority in short distance speed and the vertical jump over whites and Asians, I can make the argument that that is racist, because racism doesn't just say mental and physical ability. Although we can safely say that mental ability is weighted more in the measurement of Homo sapiens. Okay, someone that's brawny and dumb compared to somebody that's wimpy and smart. The wimpy and smart guy is more valued in the Western society. Okay. Okay. I think that's one of my points. Trying to think here. Yes. Yeah. Let me just comment on some of these objections that I have with race realist and Felipe Rushton about IQs. Okay, they mention one of the things that Felipe Rushton and many race realists contend that race Caucasoid superiority in genes is proven in the Negroid, especially in the African American Negroid or Negro. Or Black American, in terms of them having 20% Caucasoid genes and having an 85 IQ, while a far more pure Negroid in sub-Saharan Africa has an IQ of 70. So they look at that as reflective upon white Caucasoid genes. Well, here's the thing. If I assume these tests done in other nations are correct, okay, which I'm going to assume, Morocco has an IQ of 85. Okay, African Americans have an IQ of 85. Obviously, the Moroccans have far more Caucasoid features. No, I'm not talking about white Caucasoid features, but Arab Caucasoid features and even white Caucasoid features. I'm not talking about white Caucasoid features alone. It's a far more Caucasoid race, even if we add white Caucasoid features, because it's close to Spain, and yes, they have intermixed with white Europeans. So, people that look like Columbus, yes, they have. So, why is the IQ equal? And secondly, why would you compare blacks from America to blacks from Africa when we know that blacks in America live in a more industrialized society? Okay, so I take issue with that comparison. It would be a better comparison to compare blacks from the United States to non-blacks in Morocco. And the reason why I say that is because the environments are more compatible. Morocco is at least a second world nation, while we're a first world nation. And you measure first world from second world in industrialization. Morocco is obviously a more industrialized nation than most of the all the sub-Saharan African nations. So I take issue with that. So I think that's one of the flaws, and I'll mention some of the other flaws probably in your comment section. So I hope that you post this, and I hope you have a nice day.